Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Wednesday, June 4 recap. Sasha says Michael's the baby's father. General Hospital, GH, recap for Wednesday, June 4 reveals that Giovanni Mazza, was a pool pusher while Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, rejected Lucky Spencer's, Jonathan Jackson, ring. Sasha Corbin, Sophia Matson, also made a paternity confession. So here's how Wednesday's GH episode went down. After summoning Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, to her office, Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, quizzed him about Professor Henry Hank Dalton, Daniel Goddard, and recapped all the lab drama that happened in California. Anna talked about Professor Dalton focusing on cold fusion and feared that he was working on something dangerous. However, Brennan played dumb about Brennan and acted like Anna was just being an overprotective grandmother. Once Brennan left, Anna spilled the situation to Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, who suspected Anna was overcompensating with Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner, because she missed out on time with Robin Scorpio Drake, Kimberly McCullough. Even so, Anna really thought she was onto something when it came to her worries about Professor Dalton. At the Metro Court pool, Gio was dressed as a lifeguard when he ran into Emma, so he explained his summer gig. There was also some talk about Gio's run-in with Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, Lois Cirillo, Rena Sofer, and Gloria Cirillo, Ellen Travolta, at the Quartermain mansion. Gio suggested Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, was the only family member he trusted, though he was having doubts due to Sonny's presence nearby. Sonny met up with Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, near the pool, so Gio confronted him and wondered if his grandfather was keeping tabs on him now. Laura assured Gio that it was her idea to meet Sonny there and thanked Gio for his help when Rocco Falconeri, FinCare, had alcohol poisoning. Later, Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, popped up and used his phone to live stream Laura's meeting with Sonny the mob boss. After Ezra got all smug and taunted Laura, Gio intentionally gave him a nudge into the pool, though he pretended it was an accident. Laura and Sonny were both amused over Gio's move. Meanwhile, Professor Dalton approached Emma and hoped there were no hard feelings over her missing out on the research assistant position. Emma played up how jealous she was now that Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, was working with Dalton instead. Emma had another possible position lined up at a cosmetics lab this summer, but she knew it wouldn't be the same as working for Professor Dalton. After Emma hinted about meeting up sometime, Professor Dalton assured her that his door was always open. There was a flirty vibe to the whole conversation, since Emma was clearly trying to use Dalton's attraction to her advantage. When Emma realized Dalton was still staring at her from a distance later, she dropped her swimsuit cover-up to give him a better view. Von Bryce Durfee spied on Emma and Dalton's interaction while sitting at a table nearby, but Brennan ultimately called him away. In Brennan's office, he gave Von updates on Anna's suspicions regarding Dalton. Brennan pointed out that they needed Professor Dalton to continue his research so that the WSB could get their hands on the tech. Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, was too green to go up against a skilled former WSB agent, so Von vowed to handle Anna instead. In the park, Lucky surprised Elizabeth with a romantic table for two once she got her cast off. After eating and sharing a dance, Lucky pulled out the engagement ring and ultimately delivered a marriage proposal. Liz got emotional and admitted she loved Lucky, but her answer was no. At Lulu Spencer's, Alexa Haven's Bruning house, Brooklyn banged on the door and ripped into Lulu once she opened up. According to Brooklyn, Lulu investigated things she had no business investigating and was responsible for Gio finding out the truth in the worst way possible. Although Lulu was sorry for what Cheo was going through, she defended the truth coming out and wondered if Brooklyn really didn't want to know that was her son. Brooklyn suggested she would have rather stayed in the dark if it meant sparing Geo this pain. Now that Geo was pushing everyone away, Brooklyn lashed out and wished Lulu would have come to her after she figured out the real story. Since Brooklyn felt that Lulu had always wanted to destroy her life, she insisted Lulu was finally successful at it. In the courtroom, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, recalled how at the nurses' ball, Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, said nothing was more important than being with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson. Willow stood up and angrily pushed Jocelyn to spill the rest since that comment was taken out of context. To make Willow and Drew look bad since she talked about Drew barging in with threats about Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, losing his kids. Michael got on the stand next and talked about Willow's cult upbringing having a deeper effect on her than he realized. Willow was bending to Drew's will like she'd done with Shiloh Archer, Kobe Ryan McLaughlin, in the past. There was also talk about Willow hiding the news of her leukemia diagnosis, so Michael felt that she was a very damaged person. However, Rick brought up the dangerous environment Michael had grown up in since he got shot because of Sonny. And more recently, Michael had been badly burned because of Sonny too. Rick also highlighted the fact that vengeful Michael went after custody of Avery Corinthos, Ava, and Grace Garola, and rehashed Michael's previous criminal conviction. Next, Diane once again brought up Willow taking Wiley Corinthos, Viron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia, and Serenity Morkmako, out of state without notifying Michael. After Diane mentioned Willow making Drew the kid's legal guardian if anything happened to her, Michael admitted he wasn't notified of that either. Michael testified that he talked to the children on the phone because of Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, and that Willow had made no effort to reach out. Diane presented photos of Drew doing body shots off Jacinda, Paige Herschel, and played the nursery video as proof of Willow's cheating. Afterward, Nina testified about what a great mom Willow was and felt Michael was punishing her for falling out of love with him. Once it was Sasha's turn, Rick got her talking about her relationship with Michael that ended in 2021. Then Rick asked about the last time Sasha and Michael slept together. Sasha got flustered as Rick quizzed her about that night at Brown Dog Bar, so she confessed to throwing back drinks and leaving with Michael. Rick kept pushing until Sasha was finally forced to admit she slept with Michael and that he was the father of her baby. General Hospital spoilers say Sasha's confession will cause more courtroom mayhem, so stay tuned.